up, guys? Welcome to another video with your buddy, the Roller Coaster Crafter. And today is Q&A day, so I'll be doing the Q&A that I asked you guys to send in questions for about a week ago. So I have your questions right here that you guys have submitted on obviously the little Google Forms survey that I put out. And today we're going to be going through them, and we're just going to see how this goes. So this is going to be a Q&A. I have gotten a lot of requests for new coasters, so I will just say this: for most of those coasters, I will go through them, and I will. I'll put them on the list, but it doesn't mean they're going to get built for 2021 because 2021 is already booked out. For later years, it will probably get put in, but it really all depends. Things could change for 2021, but I'm trying to stick to my original plan as best as possible. So that I just want to say that for those requests, K'NEX roller coaster requests that you guys sent in. But without further ado, let's get right into this Q&A. So first question I have right here is, any chance to make Talon or Hydra from Dorney Park? I believe those are on my list. Some of these I have probably not put in, but let's see. Talon is not on here. So Talon, and then Hydra I believe is on here somewhere. No, it's not. Okay, Hydra. Hydra the Revenge. Both great B&M coasters from Dorney Park. How many credits do you have? I have a total of 34 credits, and I've yet to get more because I haven't been to a theme park in months, which is driving me nuts. So, what is your number one coaster? My number one coaster is Joker from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, my home park. I love that coaster simply because of its airtime. It may not be the most intense coaster, but it still packs a lot of airtime and some good near miss elements as well. I just absolutely love that roller coaster. Will you have the parts of the Smiler working, i.e. the lights flashing and the washing machine things spinning? Yes. If you saw my last update, myself and Lil May were actually brainstorming how we were going to do all that inside the Marmalizer. The Marmalizer is that very creepy looking arm themed thing inside the Smiler. The Smiler has a very weird thing. I can't really pinpoint it. But we were brainstorming all of that. Trust me, we're going to make that as accurate as possible for this coaster. Have you been to Cedar Point? No, I have not been to Cedar Point. I very much wish I got to go there. Originally, I was going to try and go to Ohio in 2020, but as you can see, that never happened. So maybe this coming year, I'll be able to go to Cedar Point, and they'll be celebrating 150 years being around, which is super cool. So hopefully I get to go and kind of see what the festivities are while they're doing that. If you could put one coaster in the world in your backyard and money and space were not a problem, what would it be? Hagrid's or Velocicoaster. So honestly, those two would be best just because they're great themed roller coasters. Hagrid's I would put back there just because, I mean, it's low to the ground. I wouldn't have to worry about some giant thing spewing out of the ceiling. You can see this giant thing in the neighborhood. But yeah, I would totally put Hagrid's or Velocicoaster in my backyard, and I would ride it every single day. Maybe even like probably 50 times a day and never get sick of it. Could you build Colossus from Heidi Park? Is that on the list? About to check. I think so. It is not. So Colossus from Heidi Park. Okay. What is your favorite Disney park and why? So I've only been to the two here in California, Disneyland and California Adventure. I personally like California Adventure better because of the rides. However, Disneyland, I mean, that's Walt Disney's park. That's the dream park right there, and I can see why people are very attracted to that park. It's an experience more than just going there to ride the rides or to have some of the exclusive food or get the merch from there. It's an entire experience to be at a Disney park, and I can say California Adventure is one of my favorites. Why are you a Universal fanboy? Okay, to get things straight, I'm not exactly a fanboy of Universal. I mean, I have been to both Islands of Adventure and Universal Hollywood. I haven't done the one in Florida, Universal Florida, the original one. But I love Universal a lot because they mixed in thrill with very innovative theming, and they patented all their theming. Like, I see why they're the kings of like 3D screens, like screen coasters. They're the masters of those rides, and they're super duper awesome. I really love them. I just absolutely love Universal's rides, and most of Universal's coasters I am down with building because they have a good theming of it, and it's a challenge for me to build. So I love Universal. Islands of Adventure, as of right now, is like my favorite park to go to. I can't wait to go back there for Velocicoaster coming out, and also to get on Hagrid's and Hulk again, and all their other world-class rides over there. Can you make Manta in November? Manta is one of the coasters that I have. I don't know exactly when I'm going to build it. The only few coasters that I know that I'm building for 2021 is probably about all the way up through May and June, which is when we are doing the My Hero Academia coaster themed to the infamous anime My Hero Academia. That's all I know for right now. I don't know when I'm going to build those next recreations just yet, but I will get to them as soon as possible. What 5 coasters were the easiest to make? Oh, a lot of RMCs. I'll put it this way. Wicked Cyclone, Railblazer, Skyrush actually was super easy to make. That took like freaking 1 or 2 days. Oh gosh, what other coaster was easy to make? I really don't know. Most of them have their pluses and minuses. Those 3 off the top of my head were the 3 easiest things to ever make. Probably the runners-up would probably also be X-Flight or maybe some other B&M or RMC that I built. I can't really think of them off the top of my head. What 5 coasters were the hardest to make? Okay, I know these ones. Fury 325, that was freaking hard. Hagrid's, obviously. Hulk. Basically, most of the ones with theming were super duper hard to make. Not just because of the theming itself, but how I had to work the coaster around the theming. Incredicoaster, and the last one that I can think of was probably, oh gosh, I honestly don't know. Those are the 4, like I said, those are the 4 off the top of my head. I would have to look through my list on which ones were the hardest to make, but there are some hard ones out there, and so far, those ones were super hard to make. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl, and what is your favorite football team? Not exactly sure. I kind of stopped following football for a while. I do follow a lot of sports. I do follow basketball, like the Kings over here in Sacramento, and I also do follow what the rest of the world calls it, football, which is basically soccer in America. I follow that because I used to play soccer for a long time. I can still play it, I just don't play it competitively anymore. How long do you leave your coasters up? I leave them up, it depends on which coaster it is, and depending on when I'm ready to start the next one, because some of them I do have to wait for like supplies to come in to start making the next one. Typically I'll leave it up to about 3 days to a week is usually how long I leave them up. Like Polaris, for example, my custom coaster, I left it up for 2 weeks just because it was very special custom coaster to me. Other than that, I don't leave them up for longer than a week because I do have to start on the next coaster. But trust me, in the week that it's staying up, I am up there just laying in my beanbag and just watching the stupid thing go. My whole point of coasters is to make them as accurate and as stable as possible to the point where I can just sit back and watch. I don't have to do anything. What was the weirdest Connects coaster request you've ever gotten from a viewer? Oh gosh. Probably some coaster in Japan or or Europe. Probably one of the international coasters out there that's not in America. I'm not exactly sure which one it would be, but I've gotten quite a few. Any plans on doing more indoor coasters? So indoor coasters, they're not super hard to make. I think the thing is with indoor coasters, I'm really just making the coaster and how I normally would. I wouldn't do anything different to it unless there's like actual indoor elements that I do have to put in there to give it the real effect. But as of right now, for this year, I don't think there's any indoor coasters that I'm doing. But if you guys want to see some more indoor coasters, I'll look up some and also send me some as well. Keep sending in the coaster requests. I have a never-ending list of things. So just let me know if you would like me to do more of those. What was the first coaster you went on, and what did you think of it? As you can see, I'm a coaster enthusiast. I immediately fell in love with coasters when I rode it, and the first coaster I ever ridden was Cobra at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. I just immediately fell in love with them. I was like, these are so cool. So I can't tell you enough how much I absolutely love riding roller coasters, and hopefully I will never stop loving them. I will never, just because, as you can see, they've stuck with me for about 13 years now, so it's pretty much never left me. What's the roughest ride you've ridden, and who made it, and what type is it? Kong Vekoma SLC. I don't like that coaster. Cedar Fair or Six Flags? Okay, so here's my thing. I haven't been to enough of those to say I have an opinion. I've really only been actually. Oh no, hold on. So I've been to one Six Flags park. That's my home park, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. I've been to what's it called? Knott's Berry Farm and California's Great America. Knott's Berry Farm feels very different. I didn't even know Cedar Fair owned that park, just because that was also back when I didn't know much about coasters yet. But when I heard they were owned by Cedar Fair, I was like, really? This doesn't seem like it's a Cedar Fair park because it's so different. Honestly, I'd say Cedar Fair for the quality. For whatever kick butt rides, it really depends on the Six Flags park. Like over my park, compared to the rest of the Six Flags parks, we don't have any kick butt rides like they do. Like obviously Magic Mountain down in LA has X2, Tatsu, Twisted Colossus, West Coast Racers. Then obviously on the East Coast you got a whole bunch. You got El Toro, obviously. I mean, Great Adventure has all the big rides over there. Great America's got Goliath. All the RMCs that Six Flags has made are pretty dang good. Also, there's multiple coasters in Texas. So, for ride-wise, it really depends on which park you're going to. In terms of overall experience and quality, probably Cedar Fair takes the upper hand there. Six Flags, I do notice that Six Flags is very inconsistent with like their policies of certain things. So, I guess that's one downfall of Six Flags, and yeah, that's why I say Cedar Fair is better. Best Cedar Fair park, not Cedar Point. Well, I've only been to two of them. I do like Knott's Berry Farm's ride collection better than Great America's, so I'll give it that. I didn't ride many of the rides while I was at Knott's, but I do know that they have a much better ride collection than Great America. If I were to pick one outside of California, I'd probably say if it's not Cedar Point, then it's probably Kings Island or Kings Dominion, probably. One of those two. They both have great collections of rides, and they're very well-known, picturesque parks. Carowinds will probably be runner-up there. So yeah, those three. It's kind of like a three-way tie there. Best Six Flags park. Okay, well, I've only been to Discovery Kingdom. Outside of those, my guess is probably the go-to, which is probably Great Adventure or Magic Mountain. Magic Mountain, I mean, they got the record of the most coasters. From a coaster enthusiast standpoint, that's what I love the most, so I probably go with them. I've heard great things about Fiesta Texas as well, so I think I would probably go to them. Eventually, when I make a trip to San Antonio, I gotta check out Six Flags Fiesta Texas, because I've heard super great things about that park. So I'd probably say Magic Mountain or Fiesta Texas. How do you make K'NEX roller coasters so fast? Well, part of it is because the amount of experience I have. I have a vast knowledge, not to pat myself on the back, but I have a vast knowledge of knowing what K'NEX part is which, and how each of them connect with each other and can help each other in a certain way. So once you know the pieces and know where everything goes, it makes building K'NEX coasters so much faster. And also I know how elements look for certain coasters, so they're much easier to build. I've had 12 years of experience with building K'NEX, so a lot of practice. Just to put it plain and simple, it took a lot of practice. I'll put it that way. What's your favorite coaster that you've done? I can't really choose, man. I really don't know what coaster is my absolute favorite. I mean, Hagrid's, all of them have their pros and cons. Like Steel Vengeance was super big. I love building super big, compact coasters. Let's put it that way. So probably Steel Vengeance was one of my favorites. Also Hagrid's, obviously very low to the ground, but super decked out with theming. That was one of my favorite themed coasters to build, if not my absolute favorite themed one. But we'll see what happens when we start building some other ones. But also the out and back coasters I've done, Fury 325 and Orion. I love to take up that entire room and just build like crazy. Orion was one of my favorites just because it looks so awesome. Yeah, like I said, I can't freaking choose. I don't know. They're all so super dope. I really don't know. Obviously, probably one of the coasters that has a bigger name for itself will probably be it, but again, I just don't know. Black Mamba or Nemesis? I want those two like completely different coasters. Black Mamba is at not Dorney Park, Worlds of Fun. that's like a hypercoaster. Nemesis is in Europe. That's an inverted coaster. So it's kind of the choice between a hyper and an invert, and I'll probably go with Black Mamba. Nemesis, I mean, it's a cool invert, but I choose other inverts over that one. Alright, and the final question we have here is bucket list coaster in China. Probably the Tron coaster at Shanghai Disney. I'm a huge Disney fan, so probably hit up there first. Other than that, I don't know any other notable coasters in China. If you do, please post in the comments, because I haven't been much in the loop on what coasters are in China, with the exception of Tron. Yeah, probably just be Tron, because that thing, it's a motorbike coaster, but you're sitting on the Tron motorbikes, which are much different than your abnormal ones. So, yeah, it'd probably be that one. Alright, well that is pretty much going to round out this Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and thank you for submitting your questions. Please don't forget to stay tuned for more videos. I upload every other day. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, as I will keep them coming. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time on the Coaster Crafter channel. Peace!